Hello everybody, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
No, sir.
Good afternoon. So beta, today I am going to teach you this subject, farm machinery and power. So everybody, is it visible this PPT to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
thank you. So today I am going to teach you this subject, farm machinery and power, and its subject code is BSAZ 3059. Okay. First of all, I will talk about its syllabus. So this is the syllabus. So very first part of the syllabus is status of farm power in India. In this case, farm power means manpower, tractor power, uh, bullock power. This type of power is used in our farm power. Okay. Then we have source of farm power. So how many source of farm power are there? I will teach you. Then I will start from very first lecture from this IC mean internal combustion engine. Then terminology, familiarization with the different system of IC engines, air cleaning, cooling and lubrication system, fuel supply and hydraulic control system of a tractor. Okay. So in this system, I will also teach you the power transmission system in which clutch, gearbox, differential and final driver of tractor are included. Okay. Next we have tractor and its types. Okay. Then I will teach you to the what is tillage and what is tillage implements. Okay. So many tillage implements are there. So different type of implements I will teach you. Okay. Then I will teach you this subject seed drilling and calibration of seed drill and their solved example. Okay, then what is the plant protection equipment? This is also included in your syllabus. Then next we have harvesting and threshing equipment. So this is all about your syllabus. Okay, then recommended books, farm machinery and equipment power. First of all, we have Tata McGraw-Hill publication. Number 2, Farm Power and Machinery by Kitab Mahal. And number 3, SC Jain and CR Rai Tractor Engine. So you can, I will recommend all these 3 books for your this syllabus, Farm Machinery and Power. Okay. So this is all about your recommended books. I have already given one more PPT over here. Then what is the objective of this syllabus? Okay, so after going through these units, you should be able to know to understand the IC engine. What is IC engine? To know the terminology and different part of the IC engine. Okay, so with the help of this, we can also understand the air cleaning, cooling, lubrication, fuel supply, and hydraulic control system of a tractor. Also, we can know about the power transmission system. In power transmission system, clutch gear system, differential and final drive of a tractor are included. Then with the help of this, you should be able to know the explain to different type of tractor and tillage and its implements. Okay, with the help of this, you should also able to know the planting equipments, calibration of seed drill, plant protection equipments, and harvesting and threshing equipment. So these are the objective of your farm machinery and power syllabus. Okay, so introduction to IC. So very first lecture I am going to start with IC engine. Okay, so in this system, what is IC engine? So in this unit, this unit is an introductory unit and gives you an understanding of what a IC engine is. Okay, then it is also telling about terminology and different part of the engine. In this chapter, you could understand the different type of IC engine, difference between two-stroke and four-stroke IC engine, and material of different parts. So this is all about your IC engine. So very first part I am going to start here with heat engine. In what is heat engine? First of all, what is heat engine? Heat engine is a device which transfer the chemical energy of fuel into thermal energy, and that thermal energy uses to produce mechanical work. Okay, so that is called your heat engine. Okay, so it may be classified into two types. Number one is external combustion engine, and number two we have internal combustion engine. What is external combustion engine? External combustion engine, if I will talk about in this engine, the product of combustion of air and fuel transfer heat to second fluid, okay, which is the working fluid of the cycle. In this case, the the product of combustion of air and fuel, which is outside the cylinder, not inside the cylinder. If I will take the example of steam, steam is generated in boiler, which is outside the engine. For then when steam is generated, then this steam is supplied to the your heat engine. Okay, then this means your steam is generated outside the from outside the cylinder, not inside the cylinder. That's why it is called the external combustion engine. Okay, so this steam is utilized to run the piston engine, reciprocating type engine. Okay, next we have internal combustion engine. What is the internal combustion engine? Internal combustion engine, in which the combustion of air and fuel take place inside the cylinder, not outside the cylinder, inside the cylinder, and are used as the direct motive force. Okay, so it may be classified into following type. Number one, we have according to basic engine design. Number one, we have reciprocating type engine. Use of cylinder piston arrangement piston all are known as reciprocating type engine. Number two, we have rotary engine. Rotary engine, if I will take the example of turbine. Okay. Next, we have according to type of fuel use. In our engine, you know, these days petrol engines are also there, diesel engines are also there. Okay. Then next we have gas engine are also there, in which CNG and LPG cylinder are also there. Alcohol. Next we have according to the number of stroke per second. Okay, how many strokes are there per cycle? 4-stroke engines are also there, and 2-stroke engines are also there. First we have 2-stroke and 4-stroke. If I will take the example of 2-stroke engine, we have first Bajaj and Chetak scooter was there, and now these days 4-stroke engine. We have all bike 4-stroke engine. All cars are 4-stroke engines. Okay. Next we have according to the method of ignition to the fuel. Next, in petrol engine, we will use the spark ignition engine. Okay, spark ignition. But in case of our fuel, diesel engine, we will use the compression ignition engine. Okay, so these days we are using mostly compression ignition and spark ignition. Number 5, we have according to the working cycle. Okay, according to the working cycle, first of all, we have Otto cycle. This is also called constant volume cycle engine. Okay, Otto cycle is mostly based upon petrol engine. Okay, it is used for petrol engine. Number 2, we have diesel cycle. It is consist of constant pressure cycle. Okay, and this is mostly used for your diesel engine. Okay, next we have dual combustion engine. So these dual combustion engine mostly used for semi diesel and fuel engine. Okay, so next we have according to the fuel supply and mixture preparation. Okay, so all the fuel is supplied to the engine. In case of diesel engine or in case of petrol engine, in case of petrol engine, we will mostly use carburetor type supplied through the carburetor, and injection type we will mostly use in case of your diesel engine. Okay, in which fuel injected into the port or inlet manifold. Okay, next we have the number of according to the number of cylinder. So how many type of we have 2 type of number of cylinder basis. Number we have single cylinder, and number 2 we have multi cylinder engine. So on the basis of this single cylinder and multi cylinder, we can also differentiate between internal combustion engine. Next we have method of cooling. Oh, so there are 2 methods of mostly we will use. Number 1 is water cooled cooling, or number 2 we have air cooling system. Next we have speed of the engine. So we have different type of engine. Slow speed engine are also there, medium speed engine are also there, and high speed engines are also there. Okay. So next we have on the basis of cylinder arrangement. On the basis of cylinder arrangement, vertical, horizontal, inline, V type. So on the basis of this, we can also differentiate of the IC engine. So next we have application where we will use this internal combustion engine. Mostly we will use this internal combustion engine in automotive engine for land transport. Okay. Next, it is also used in marine engines for propulsion of ships. Next, it is also used in aircraft engine for aircraft propulsion. Next, in industrial engine. Next, prime mover for electrical generator. So these are the application of the IC engine. Okay. So next, we have next topic is
सर पीपीटी भी भेज दे।
so now next topic is your IC engine terminology. So look at here, look at the diagram first. So this is the internal part. This is called your cylinder. So look at here. This is your cylinder, and inside this piston is there, which is reciprocate inside the cylinder. Okay. So this is the bottom dead center. Okay. Lowest position of your piston at bottom dead center. So this is called your bottom dead center, and the topmost position of your cylinder is called TDC. TDC full form is top dead center. So two manifold is there through which your air and your fuel is coming inside into the inlet valve. So this is your inlet valve and this is your manifold. Okay, this is your external manifold or external valve. Okay, through which your residual gases exhaust to the atmosphere. Okay, so this is the stroke. Look at here, stroke from bottom dead center to top dead center. When your piston is moving from bottom dead center to top dead center, that is called your stroke. Clearance volume. So I will discuss everything one by one. So first of all, so this is all about the terminology. So look at here. First one is bore. Bore is the nominal inside diameter of the engine. Cylinder is called bore. So look at here. This is the inside diameter of your cylinder. So look at here. This is your bore. Next is top dead center. Top dead center means the extreme position of your piston. When your piston is at the extreme top position of the inside the cylinder, this is called the top dead center. Understand? Next is your, but in case of vertical engine, if in case of vertical engine, okay, vertical engine and horizontal engine, two type of engines are there. In case of vertical engine, then the topmost position is called top dead center. But in case of horizontal engine, it is called known as inner dead center. It is called inner dead center. Okay. Next we have bottom dead center. Bottom dead center means the extreme position of your piston at the bottom side of your cylinder. Okay. Bottom, this is called the TDC. This is not TDC here, BDC, bottom dead center. Okay. So bottom dead center, the extreme position of piston at the bottom of the cylinder of the vertical engine. In case of vertical engine, then it is called bottom dead center. But in case of horizontal engine, then it is called your outer dead center. Okay, outer dead center. Okay. So next is your stroke. What is stroke? Stroke means the distance traveled by your piston from top dead center to the bottom dead center, yeah, bottom dead center to top dead center. Okay, that is called one stroke. In other words, the maximum distance traveled by the piston inside the cylinder in one direction, whether it is from bottom dead center to top dead center or top dead center to the bottom dead center. Okay, and it is equal to the twice the radius of the crank. Okay. So next is your clearance volume. So what is clearance volume? The volume contained in the cylinder above the top of the position when the piston at top dead center is called your clearance volume. So look at here in this figure. When the position of your piston at the top dead center, then the volume above this position, above this your piston and below this is cylinder head, this is called your clearance volume. So look at here, this is all volume when the position of piston at the top dead center, then above this piston and below this cylinder head, all this volume is known as clearance volume. Okay, understand? Then next we have swept volume. What is swept volume? The volume swept by the piston during one stroke is called the swept volume. Okay, when your piston is moving from bottom dead center to the top dead center, how much volume is swept by the piston? That is called your swept volume. Okay, or piston displacement. It is also known as piston displacement. Okay, swept volume is the volume covered by the piston while moving from top dead center to bottom dead center. Okay, so swept volume Vs will be equal to area into length. How much area? What is the area inside the cylinder? Pi by 4 into d square. How much this is moving inside the cylinder? This piston is moving L stroke L distance. So look at here. Swept volume will be equal to area into length. So area will be equal to pi by 4 into d square into length, stroke length. Okay. So here it is again where A is the cross section area of the piston in square meter, L is the stroke in meter, and D is the cylinder bore. Okay. Inside what is the diameter of the bore, inner diameter of the cylinder in also meter. Okay. So this is known as swept volume. Okay. Next we have compression ratio. What is compression ratio? Compression ratio is a ratio of the volume when the piston is at bottom dead center to the volume when the piston is at top dead center. Look at here. This is the toe position of your piston when it is the ratio when your piston is at lower bottom dead center. This means when your piston is at bottom dead center, then the inside volume is your, this is stroke volume and clearance volume. Then this volume is called your total volume divided by only clearance volume. So this is known as your compression ratio. So compression ratio will be maximum cylinder volume divided by minimum cylinder volume. So maximum cylinder volume will be equal to clearance volume plus swept volume, and minimum cylinder volume will be equal to clearance volume. Understand? So the compression ratio varies from for petrol engine 5.1 to 10.1. Okay, and for your petrol engine it is vary from, for your diesel engine it is vary from 12.1 to 22.1. Okay, so it is the 22 mean air and petrol, both ratios are there, 22 times air and 1 times of your engine petrol or diesel. Okay, here in case of diesel engine 22 times air and 1 times of your diesel, and 5:1 mean 5 times air and 1 time of your petrol. Okay, so this is the compression ratio for petrol engine and this is the compression ratio for your diesel engine. Okay. Now next, construction and component of IC engine. So very first part of your IC engine is your cylinder blow. What is cylinder blow? It is the heart of the engine. It is also known as the heart of the engine. It consists of three main parts. Number one, the cylinder in which the piston slide up and down. Okay. Number two, the port or opening for valve. Okay. So ports are there, which is used for opening of valve. Number three, the passage water jet for the flow of cooling water. Okay. Function in the bore of the cylinder. The charge is compressed by engine, ignited and expanded to give power to the piston. So material used for this is aluminum alloy and grey cast iron. For this is cylinder block. So this is the figure of your cylinder block. Look at here. This is the figure of cylinder block. This is all known as cylinder block, in which cylinder bores are there. Cooling jet are also there, in which water is there, cooling water is running for removing the heat during the cycle. Okay. So this is used for pump, oil pump, and this hole is used for camshaft, and this hole is used for timing gear. So this all block is known as cylinder block. Okay. So in which all these three parts are included. Number one, the cylinder in which piston slide up and down. Okay. All these four are position for the cylinder. Okay. Next we have port for opening valve. Okay. Valve position for the valve for intake your charge to the cylinder and exhaust gases to the atmosphere. Next we have the passage of water jet. I have already told you what's the meaning of water jet. During your operation, the temperature of your cylinder valves are very high. So to remove the heat from the cylinder with the help of this cooling water jet, through which the water is running, and it is continuously removing the heat from the cylinder. Okay. So number one is known as cylinder block. Number two, we have cylinder head. Only cylinder head. It is fitted on the top of the cylinder. Cylinder head, that is known as cylinder head. It has included inlet valve, exhaust valve, and spark plug or fuel injector. Okay. Through inlet valve, fresh charge is admitted, and through exhaust valve, burnt gases are escaped to the atmosphere. Okay. So if in the case of your petrol engine, spark plug is also there. But in case of your diesel engine, injector are also. Okay. So material mostly used there, aluminium alloy and cast steel. Aluminium alloy and cast steel. So this is all about cylinder head. Cylinder head. This is all about your cylinder head, in which inlet valve, exhaust valve, and in between these two valves, the position for the spark plug or fuel injector. So this is known as your cylinder head. Okay. So material I have already told you. Next we have piston. Piston. It is the main active part of the engine. It is cylindrical in construction and slide tip up and down inside the cylinder. It has piston ring to provide good seal between cylinder valve and the piston. Okay. So the piston is also provided with the groove. Three grooves are also there. For the upper one groove is known as your compression, used for compression ring, and lower two grooves are mainly used for your oiling. Is also known as for oiling grooves, in which oiling rings are fitted. Okay. So oiling rings are mostly used to remove the heat from inside the cylinder with the help of your lubrication oil. Okay. The compression ring mostly, which is not pass through the residual gases to the bottom of your cylinder. Okay. So so these two type of rings are also there. One is your compression rings, and next is your oil ring. Next is the material. The material used for mostly piston is aluminum alloy or cast iron, and number two, cast iron and chrome nickel. Okay. Next we have combustion chamber. What is combustion chamber? In which the combustion of the fuel take place inside the cylinder, that is known as combustion chamber. So look at here in this figure. When the position is at top dead center, the charge of air and fuel compressed inside the cylinder. And in case of petrol engine, when it is compressed, the sparking is there. When it is sparking is there, it will ignite the mixture inside present above inside the clearance volume. So where it will ignite, so this volume is known as combustion chamber. Okay. So this is known as your combustion chamber. Next is construction and component of IC engine. So look at here in this case. So these two valves are there. This valve is known as inlet valve. So these two valve and this valve is known as exhaust valve. These two valves are operated with the help of cam. Okay. So this cam is used to open and close the inlet and exhaust valve. So this is further connected with to the crankshaft. So this is your crankshaft. And bigger one circle is your flywheel, which is used to store energy and release energy during the operation. It is only store energy during your when your piston is moving from top dead center to the bottom dead center, and during that remaining 3 stroke, it will release the energy. Okay, so this rod is known as connecting rod, which is connected to the crankshaft and to the piston, which is joined both the crankshaft and to the piston. This is known as connecting rod. And piston, which is reciprocated inside the cylinder. These 3 grooves are there. This is known as piston rings. These 3 grooves are used for piston rings. Okay. So and outer side, this area, this is known as cylinder. So this is all about construction and component of IC engine. So again, look at here. This is inside the area, inside diameter of the cylinder is known as bore. This position is for inlet valve. This is the for exhaust valve. And in between, if in case of petrol engine, so this space is utilized for spark plug. But in case of diesel engine, this space is utilized for your oil fuel injector. Okay, so this is all about your cylinder piston arrangement. Okay, this is the cut section of the cylinder. So look at here. This is the area above the is known as combustion chamber. This is the piston which is reciprocated inside the cylinder. This is the connecting rod. Okay, connecting rod is connected with this piston with the help of gudgeon pin. Okay, so lower end, small end is connected with the piston, and bigger end is connected with the crank. Okay, so look at here. This is known as crank, your crank lever. Okay, so and this is all your crankshaft, which is rotate, and when it will rotate with the help of connecting rod, it will provide movement to the piston, which is reciprocated inside the cylinder. Okay, so look at here, inlet and exhaust valve. 2 type of valves are there. Through inlet valve, air fuel mixture is coming inside the cylinder, and for exhaust valve, when is mostly used for to escape the burnt gases from the cylinder to the atmosphere. Okay, so mainly material which is used for inlet valve is mostly made of nickel chromium steel, and exhaust valve is mostly made of silk chrome steel. Next we have manifold. What is inlet and exhaust manifold? Manifold means nothing but it's the pipe through which the air or air fuel mixture is coming into the cylinder. That is known as inlet manifold. And the exhaust manifold, it is also pipe through which the flue gases or exhaust gases escape to the atmosphere. That is known as manifold. The pipe is known as manifold. Okay, piston ring, I have already told you 2 type of piston rings are there. First one is your compression ring. Next one your oil ring. Compression ring, which is utilized, which is not passes the burnt gases to the below the into the your cylinder. Okay, through cylinder. Okay, to prevent the leakage of lubricant oil into the engine cylinder. Okay, the oil ring, which is scraper ring, and used to scrap the used lubricant oil, and it is also used for cooling purpose. Okay, so two type of piston rings are there. It's a material mostly जो piston ring materials are alloy cast iron containing silicon, manganese, alloy steel extra. Okay, next we have connecting rod. Connecting rod, I have already told you it is the connection between the piston and the crankshaft. The small end of the connecting rod is connected with your piston with the help of Gaussian pin, and bigger end is connected to the your crankshaft. So it is mostly used for transmit the power produced inside the cylinder to the crankshaft. And number two, it convert the reciprocating motion of the piston into rotary motion. Reciprocating motion means when the piston is moving from top dead center to bottom dead center, it's a reciprocating motion is converted with the help of connecting rod to crankshaft. It will convert it into the rotary motion. Okay, so the material mostly used here medium carbon steel and alloy steel. Next we have piston pin. I have already told you the connecting rod which is connected with your piston. That pin is known as your piston pin, or it is also known as Gaussian pin. Okay, next we have crank pin. Crank pin connect the bigger end of your connecting rod to the crankshaft, and the pin is used known as crank pin. Okay, next we have crankshaft. The crank lever that is connected to the end of the connecting rod by a pin with its outer end connected rigidly to the shaft known as crankshaft. The crankshaft is the principal rotating part of the engine. Okay, the crankshaft is provided with a suitable hole to help the lubrication system. It convert the mainly the crankshaft convert the reciprocating motion of the piston into rotary motion of the output shaft. So material mostly used for here for crankshaft is forged steel. Mostly forged steel. Camshaft is mostly used to camshaft on which cams are mounted. Okay, the camshaft is driven by crankshaft through timing gear. Okay, the camshaft is mostly used to run the cam, rotate the cam, which is directly used to opening or closing the intake and exhaust valve. Okay, so this camshaft or cam, which is used for mostly for opening or closing the inlet and exhaust valve. So material used for forged steel. Okay, next is cam. Cam I have already told you. Next is flywheel. Flywheel is a heavy wheel that is connected to the extreme end of the crankshaft. The size of the flywheel depends on the number of cylinder and the general construction of the engine. Okay, so flywheel, which is mostly used, what its function? It is mostly used. I have already to store energy in one stroke and release energy during the. In case of four-stroke engine, for the other three-stroke, it will use to release energy which is stored in the flywheel in during when your piston is moving from your from top dead center to the bottom dead center when exhaust of the air fuel mixture is there. Okay, so this is known as your flywheel, which is utilized to absorb and release the energy. Okay, so mostly material used its part flywheel is cast iron. Cast iron material is there. Next is your crankcase. Crankcase, it is a cast iron case which hold the cylinder and the crankshaft. It also serve as a sump for lubrication oil. So lower part of your cylinder part is known as crankcase, in which it is also known as sump for lubrication oil. It is also used for where all the lubrication oil is falling down on the lower part of the area, that is known as sump. Okay. So material mostly used, this is known as crankcase. Okay. So material used for crankcase is your cast iron and aluminum alloy. Okay. So this is for two-stroke engine. Now I am going to release very first pole. Hurry up. IC engine is a heat engine in which beta first you read all the statement which is given, whether it is first, second, third, or fourth. Okay. First you have to read all the three statements, then give the answer. Not hurry. You have 2 minute time, 2 to 3 minute time. Take your time. Read the question properly, and also read the statement. Then give the answer. Hurry up. 20 students already polled, voted. Only 25% students are still there who did not vote yet. Hurry up, please. Still 15% students are still there who did not vote yet. Hurry up. I am going to end this poll. Last two students are still there who did not vote yet. Hurry up. I am going to end this poll. So, beta, what will be the answer? So, answer is your all, in which chemical energy is also converted into mechanical energy. Combustion of fuel take place inside the cylinder. Okay, or some of the energy is released to the atmosphere. So all the three are correct. Understand? So next is your what is stroke? Stroke is defined as the motion of piston from सभी आंसर करो बेटा इसका हरी अप एवरीबॉडी प्लीज आंसर इट हरी अप %89 already voted hurry up rest of the student so what will be the answer Nilesh you tell me I'm
Sir,
going to
both A and B.
both A and B. Why it is both A and B? Because I have already told you what is stroke, the position, movement of the piston from bottom to top dead center or top dead center to bottom dead center. Both. So both A and B are correct. 40% and 28% students, some students giving wrong answer. Next poll is your compression ratio is the ratio of, so give the correct answer. Hurry up. What is compression ratio? Everybody please hurry up. Give this answer. Hurry up, please. I'm going to end this poll. What will be the answer? Tell me.
Sir,
The com-
D.
The compression ratio is the ratio of total volume to the clearance volume. Okay. Stop sharing. So next one is your. Which one is a link between piston and crank shaft? Hurry up. Hurry up, please. 82% student already voted. Rest of the 5 students, hurry up. I have already told you. So what is the link between crank and piston with the help of some students are still giving wrong answer. Mostly students are giving correct answer. Hurry up. I'm going to end this poll. So your connecting rod is the correct answer. Last one is your, hurry up. the function of piston ring is hurry up please. 17 students already voted. Rest of the students voted. Please hurry up. Hurry up, beta. I am going to end this call. Okay, beta. I am going to end this call. So your right answer is to maintain a gas tight between the piston and cylinder.